Hello and welcome to Narrowcast Boxing. It's May 1st, 2019. In this episode, I'll be reviewing some of the fights from this past weekend. So with that said, let's get into it. The fight that I was most looking forward to from this past weekend was the rematch of Srisaket Sor Rungvisai versus Juan Francisco Estrada. The judges had it 116 to 112 and 115 to 113 times 2. This turned out to be a unanimous decision for Juan Francisco Estrada. I scored the fight very wide, 118 to 110 for Estrada. I saw scores giving Rungvisai between 2 and 5 rounds. I personally didn't feel like the fight was that close. In the first round, I noticed that Estrada got off to a very fast start, with Rungvisai looking slow and flat. I got a bad feeling about this fight for Rungvisai almost immediately. Through the first 6 rounds, I had Estrada winning every round. He was outworking and outlanding Rungvisai through these stretches, and Rungvisai really had a tough time landing clean. Estrada's speed, combinations, and variety of punches really did him service in this fight. In round 7 or so, I started to think that Rungvisai could lose by stoppage. He was getting hit regularly with flush power shots, and he really didn't look too good, but his chin did manage to hold up. It was only around the 10th round where Rungvisai actually had some success, and this was when he switched to southpaw. Throughout the fight, I had forgotten that he fought Estrada the first time as a southpaw, and I have no idea why he fought orthodox for so many rounds when he looked way better as a southpaw. Regardless of this, it was really too little too late for Rungvisai to close the gap. If he had fought as a southpaw from the start of the fight, he could have very well won the fight, with the judges' scorecards being what they were. This may set up a third fight between these two, and I'd personally like to see it. This was a great performance from Estrada, I do have to say. I don't think I've seen him look better. On the undercard of this fight was Daniel Roman versus TJ Doheny. This was a good fight, but I didn't catch all of it, so I won't say too much about it. It looked to me like Roman won the fight based on what I saw, and the judges had it 116 to 110 times 2 and 113 to 113, which was a majority decision for Roman. I do have to say once again that I wasn't really that impressed with what I saw from Daniel Roman. I do think that he's a good all-around fighter, but I don't really see anything special about him. I feel like he's kind of a middling champion. Also, I'll quickly mention the Robert Easter Jr. versus Rances Barthelemy fight. I didn't watch it. I heard it was awful and one of the worst fights of the year. And I have to think that Rances Barthelemy was probably more to blame for this. His style is very ugly, in my opinion, and Robert Easter Jr. doesn't usually have bad fights like this, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's most of the review from the last weekend. I do have one other review which I'll be doing. That's the Regis Prograis versus Kiro Relic fight, and I'll also be previewing the Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacobs fight for this upcoming weekend. So keep an eye out for those, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.